program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised.
A city suddenly plagued by random violence.
It was getting to be like an epidemic.
We were inundated by so many murders and so many violent acts.
Authorities struggled to make sense of the attacks.
All right, hold up a second. I think I got this all wrong. What I was trying to do is actually get the Star Spangled Banner done, and something happened. So what happened was that I got the wrong thing. So let's start this again.
Please rise for our national anthem.
Oh, say.
Can you see?
Was so I think, I just got to lower this, right? I thought it would be good to do this, but you know what? It's a bad idea. George, you suck. I'm going to have to analyze myself today, Welcome to America's Open Mic. Let's get this show going.
Live and direct from the 212. We're here live at Broadway Comedy Club, episode 3 of America's Open Mic, New York, New York. Here we go. Around the table, we're proud to we're going to introduce our judges for the evening, starting with our special guest judge, Mr. Harris Stanton.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Yeah, Harris. Yeah. Hold on, that deserves a big. It's a big. Don't worry, when you hear it in a little while, you see how high.
Did you get the applause?
Yeah, I got the applause.
Is this? Can people see this or just hear it?
No, they can hear it and see us.
Okay, God.
Everything.
I did a podcast last week. I want to make sure I ain't got the same shirt on.
Visual and audio bound right now.
Make sure I ain't got the same shirt on.
Oh, wow.
Going around the table, Mr. Eric Hansen.
Yes.
Eric,
yes.
Around the table, here we go. Mr. Latino Laughter himself, George Diaz.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And myself. Nothing else I can say about myself. Mr. Anthony Arriaga.
Yes.
Anthony.
Yes.
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 You sound on the microphone. You sound so Jersey Shore.
Oh, I do?
So Guido. Yeah. Are you Italian?
Nah, not at all.
He's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
You believe that?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was wondering
wow,
that about him
Italian.
too.
Damn, well, that's good for job interviews. That's good.
Yeah.
Sneak right in.
I was trying to figure that out for a little while. I was like, yo, is he Italian? Is he
Guido?
Yeah. That's
weird.
what I was thinking.
He doesn't have a gold chain on.
Yeah. He's got the accent.
I thought you were
You sound like the
Ecuadorian.
situation.
That's not funny, George.
I thought you were Ecuadorian.
Ecuadorian.
I don't know.
I'm too tall. I'm too tall.
That's true.
I think he has Ecuadorian friends.
I have Ecuadorian kids.
Oh, half Ecuadorian.
Half
kids.
Ecuadorian.
And if they were born here, they're American. And if they were born from your loins, they're Puerto Rican.
I'm familiar with the culture.
Forget about the Ecuadorian.
I'm familiar with the culture.
It's not happening. So, Harris, how are you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
I want to start by saying, man, I'm happy that you're here.
Yeah,
that's
too.
number one. And I'm also happy that we get to see you.
Yeah.
After, we'll just get a little bit about it, and we're not going to go deep into anything after the accident that you had.
Right.
It was kind of like, no one knew how you were doing. That's
Right.
number one, because the first couple of days we were like, yo, what happened? What happened?
And I don't really post personal stuff on. Can we curse?
Yeah.
I don't really post personal shit on Facebook.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Yeah, so.
No, but it's like, once we found out you were good, it was like, yeah, all right, that's cool, because we lost somebody that day.
Yeah.
And it's a friend of comedy and a good friend of comedy.
Yeah.
For people that don't know what we're talking about, do you want to just recap?
I was involved in an accident with Tracy Morgan and Artie Fuqua and Uncle Jimmy Mack, who's passed away, and our tour manager, Jeff Malia. And we're all right now. We're all back at it. Tracy's back touring. I'm back touring and working, and Artie's back giving bitches cab rides home.
He's still doing the comedy seller thing.
Yeah, still giving bitches cab fare to go home because he got them drunk all night.
Exactly. I remember when
Every
he
Friday and Saturday night, he spent $200 on bitches and cab fare.
Wow,
True gentleman.
Well, I know Artie for
in a nice suit.
Chivalry is
All you
dead,
see
man.
him in some suits, some tight pants, and high water suit. Put some bitch in the car.
Oh my God. So Harris, I mean, you also, a lot of people don't know a lot about you.
Right.
They know the accent, but they know you're a comedian, and we all know you're a comedian.
Right.
A working comedian, which is incredible,
Sure
because
is.
it's so hard to get the work, you know. And we worked really hard. I've known you since we started Latino Laughter a long time ago. And
1999, 2000 now.
Yep, that's, wow. I've been around since 96. 99 is where we met up.
Yeah, because I moved here in 99.
Uh-huh.
Were you doing comedy before then?
Maybe 6-7 months in Myrtle Beach. I didn't know shit.
But you took it.
I thought, what's funny? I thought I could come to New York and just get on all the stages. I went to New York Comedy Club, and they said I had to bring 5 people or something like that. I was like, well, I'm going to go to the comic strip. They don't. All the clubs can't be like that. And I went to the comic strip and said, you got to bring 30 people. Like, oh, man, I'm going to go to Stamp New York. They got to open, they'll let me do it. And then got to bring stuff. Like, oh, so that's the thing here. You got to bring people.
Yep.
So then you got to find alternative ways to get stage time, like bars and black rooms, chitlin circuit as they call it.
Yep.
Gina was really... There was some really kind people. Gino used to run to Boston, and she would give me stage time any chance she got.
And
she even paid me sometimes.
And we did too.
Yeah.
We just couldn't pay you because they weren't paying us either.
But you know what? New York was also another place you could. I didn't know about Seymour's Room at the time.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know about produced shows at the time. So I was just, I went down on the prime night, like a Saturday night, 8 o'clock. Like, yo, let me get on. And it was like, nope, that's not how it works, brother.
Yo, and he's talking about Seymour Swan, one of the first dudes in New York City to actually bring the Chitlin shows to the main comedy club, and I wouldn't call it that.
And talent too.
And talent,
of for course. The Boston on Sunday night. Yeah.
Oh, these guys were amazing. Remember, we used to do Boston. We
time,
started in Boston.
That was free stage time in front of a real audience. They had an open mic segment, which was if you were funny, always went well. It was always the easy. You still had to be funny, but if you were funny, they didn't boo you or anything. So it was cool. As opposed to, and they had the Uptown Comedy Club in like 99,
oh my
2000.
God! Remember I walked out the whole crowd?
No.
Oh my God!
George always talks about this story.
I walked out the whole crowd and told everybody individual jokes at the same time. Kev hated me for that.
Right.
But it was like 3 a.m. I said, ladies and gentlemen, my comedy's too dead. I'm tired. How about if I tell you all one individual joke each as you walk out? And they say, we walking out.
That's fucking hilarious.
And I told them all jokes, one at a time. Eric, how long do you know Harris for?
I'm going to say I know Harris 10 years, maybe now. Ever since Broadway.
Okay. Did
Has
you
it
also...
been that long? Have you been... Really?
Yeah, since 10, 11 years since Broadway opened.
And you've been here since...
I was here before they even opened.
Wow, okay.
But I'm only here on Monday nights, so that's probably why.
Okay.
But, before then, I didn't know who he was, and then once I saw him, you can't forget him.
Definitely.
You can't forget him.
The one thing about Harris is that he's always been...
A lot of women have forgotten me.
I
wish my ex would forget me.
Oh, my God. No, she just wants your money. Shut up.
That's why I wish she would forget me.
Harris has always been very humble. That's number one. When I met him, he's always been nice. Like, you can't say a bad thing about him, But he actually says things that makes me laugh. Like, he was doing an interview, and he said on the interview, maybe we don't like each other, but we'll work with each other. Comedians are just like that. I'm like, Harris, what are you talking about? So how many people have you worked with that you don't like?
It's not that I don't like anybody. I know people that don't like people. I don't not like anybody. I know a lot of people that don't like other comics. There are comics I would say outside of comedy I wouldn't be friends with. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say that there are comics that I work with that outside of comedy I probably wouldn't be friends with, but I don't not like anybody. But I know comedians who don't like other comedians and they work with them, so that's why I made that statement.
I would work with comedians I don't like, but I'll probably try to kill them and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Poison their food while we're eating.
One time I'm gonna call on names, but I like this guy, but this guy was a little shady. and we had to share the same room, and he didn't have drawers on.
Ah!
You want to get to a point where you don't have to share a room with a comic that don't wear underwear.
Oh, definitely. I mean, if you're not wearing underwear, man, I really don't want to deal with you.
I think he just couldn't
Is it a
afford
comedian
underwear.
that we know?
Probably not. He's not.
He's not around anymore?
He is maybe on the chitlin circuit, but it was a black comedian. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's still not wearing drawers?
I have no idea. I haven't had to work with him.
That reminds me of
In
my
a room
prison
with him.
term.
All right, I think it's time to move on now.
So, but did you guys know that Harris was a professional baseball player? Am I right?
Oh, very brief.
It doesn't matter, bro. Brief or nothing. You still in NBA.
I was in spring training.
That's
and I
good.
got cut.
That's all right. You still made it.
I got drafted by the Cubs, but I went to spring training with St. Louis Cardinals.
Nice. So why'd they cut you? You started doing jokes on the field?
No, I didn't cut the mustard. Baseball is very competitive, man.
Yeah.
There's no minor leagues in football and basketball, but that's how hard baseball is. That you need 3 levels to prepare yourself for the professional, even after D1 schools. Sometimes, So.
Wow.
I knew guys.
And you got the biggest number of failed draft picks in Major League Baseball than any other sport. So
I knew guys that used to play
that's how hard it is.
high school, real good high school here in New York, but then they go and play like with other dudes, like California, because they play all year round.
Yeah, exactly.
And they would
Florida, California.
They were just like, these dudes were like 6'5".
Texas,
Yeah.
Who's the first one that told you were funny, Harris? Who's the first one that said you were funny? Or when did you think, hey, maybe I have a shot at being a comedian?
I used to just make people laugh.
Like how old?
I found as young as I can remember, 9, 10.
Cool.
I always got pleasure in making people laugh. I thought it was
That's awesome.
Class clown or
yeah,
just
class clown. Yeah. Got notes sent home to my mother. He won't shut up.
Signed this, and you signed it yourself and brought it
And my
back.
father would whoop my ass.
Of course, that's how it is. Do you have children?
Yeah, I have a stepson and a biological. I have a 7-year-old and a 21-year-old, 22-year-old. Yeah.
22.
Yeah, well, that's the one that came from another.
Okay, well, we're not talking about that. But I mean, how?
That's why he's that old, because my kid is 7. I don't have any kid. I was so scared of pregnancy when I was moving from New York.
I didn't know that you were scared of pregnancy. You were scared of getting pregnant?
Yeah, I was scared of getting a girl pregnant.
Oh, okay, thank you.
She was on birth control pills. I had a condom on, and I pulled out.
Oh my God!
So that's 100% right there.
Yeah, I hear you. That's no
Birth
lambskin.
control pill condom, and I still pull out. You're not getting pregnant.
God came in. And
You say you're pregnant, it ain't me.
Also, Harris, you're back on tour. Where can people find you? Number one, let's give them your info. Am I right?
Man. Next weekend I'm in Denver, Colorado with the fun improv.
Okay.
Improv with Dean Edwards and
Oh, nice, Dean.
yeah.
Dean.
And I have a comedy album coming out. My first comedy album coming out.
Nice.
Hopefully, beginning of the year. I haven't found. I just need a place to
Record it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I already got the deal. It's already done.
So what? Let's see what we can do for you. Let's do that really happen. Hell yeah! I'd love to be part of that. So, I mean, if I'm allowed.
But there's nothing to be a part of. I'm just telling jokes.
No, I'm saying like help you get that going.
Oh, right.
Why
I
not?
got
Why
a couple
not?
places in. I know Gotham said they would give me a weekend, but I don't know how long that's going to be. So I don't know how long I want to wait. And the company that's doing it, they're based out of Atlanta, and they can get me a place in Atlanta. But I don't want to do it in Atlanta. I want to do it in New York.
Are you scared of Atlanta?
No, I just don't want to do it. I just want to do it in New York. I would prefer to do it in New York.
Okay.
But if I have no choice, of course, I'll do Atlanta. It's no big deal.
That's
I've
cool.
worked in Atlanta a few times. I did BET down there. Worked the clubs down there before. So
Favorite city that you like to perform in? Is it New York?
Philly, New York, DC. Yeah, basically. DC,
Philly, New
DC,
York, DC.
Philly, New York, DC is just
DC Improv?
amazing. Huh?
DC Improv?
Yeah. Just DC, period. They had another club over there that closed down. I just love DC and Philly, man. And New York, you can talk about anything, and no one, because everyone's crazy up here.
You got one more minute of conversation. Do you have any questions, Anthony? Knowing that you're the youngest one here.
the baby.
Yeah.
Now, like open mics now, since we're doing this open mic right now, how important are those in developing a comedian?
I don't know. That's a tough question. I mean, you need open mic for stage time, but then some people don't. Depending on where they can get. Because there's a lot of bar shows you could do.
Definitely.
That you don't have to sit through an open mic and a bunch of people that's. But I heard some open mics are good.
Yeah.
So I guess it really depends on the type of show, the type of open mics you're doing.
Gotcha.
Whether you can,
Yeah.
Well, I'm a firm believer, and I was blessed that when I started comedy, I had a lot of professionals around me giving me tutelage. And when you doing around a bunch of open mics, it's just the blind leading the blind, far as trying to help each other grow as a comic. I think you need a little older comic, maybe give you a little, because it help you jump over some of them pitfalls artistically and professionally that you don't have to go through if you got somebody. Because I had Patrice O'Neal,
of course,
Tracy Morgan. Those guys would help me.
Yeah.
I didn't have to listen to what an open mic had to say because he didn't know no more than I did.
See, that's the funny thing. It's like we grew up in a different comedy, in a different era. These guys don't have us.
Right.
And especially when everyone's just trying to be funny in each way. And the stuff that's not even funny anymore is just retarded. It's like we did it a long time ago. Why are they doing it still? Right. Move on, please. Move on. Right. And so they didn't have us. Right. And that's the thing that's missing, and that's what I'm bringing back to comedy.
You know what else is missing, too? When you didn't do well on stage, Bill Burr and Patrice would smack you for it.
Well, George is trying to get back to that.
Verbally.
Bobby Kelly, Colin Quinn, all those guys will go, you stink.
Yep. You suck.
They burn your joke book.
Yep. Oh, I told
and you either got better or you quit.
Yeah. You know what's funny? What did I say to somebody last week, Eric? I said just take that shit and just throw it in the garbage.
Burn your
Nowadays, if you tell a comedian they stink, they start crying. They tell you said I wasn't. Oh my God!
I'm gonna make a blog about this.
You're in the business of being judged, and you don't want to be judged by anyone.
Exactly. We are in the business of being judged. All right. Well, it's time to get our.
Speaking
let's
of
get
judging,
this going. Yeah.
Okay. You want to set the rules, Eric?
This is how it works on America's Open Mic. Comedians get 3 minutes. After the 3 minutes, each of us will give a critique, and then they will have a chance to answer questions. Imagine just walked in.
Yeah, imagine that.
We got people
Imagine
just walking
that.
in.
You know what?
No.
You know what we should do? Imagine you want to introduce the first comedian. All right, so go outside and come back in and imagine. Oh my God, we got pros in the house.
Yeah.
We got Harris and Imagine.
This is popping right now.
And so they get 3 minutes.
They get 3 minutes. We're just heading the rules right now. Hold on.
3 minutes. We're going to judge them. They're going to ask questions. And then we bring the next comedian up and we do it again.
Yep. And the thing is, in order to get passed for one of our industry shows, which they don't have to bring anyone, we're doing real shows here.
Right, okay.
And they have to bring it. And they have to want to bring it. And if they can't bring it, you can't come. Right. That's it. Well, you know what? I'm smiling that Imagine even walked into the room.
Yes.
Wow, we got two hardcore people. Yeah, the first comedian. Oh.
Whoa, the first comedian.
Well, you know what? Bless us with 3 minutes, son.
No, stop.
Imagine say he did an open mic in 10 years.
Yeah, no, 20 years.
He's been doing comedy for about 4 hours. Let's give a nice big round of applause to Jay Hyde.
Yeah.
Jay, how are you?
Oh, thank you. Let me get this out the way. I like to use my mic skills, only because of the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Bob Barker. Can we give a round of applause for Bob Barker, the mic skills? When I was sick, I used to watch 2 shows, Days of Our Lives and The Price is Right, because of the microphone skills. Bob Barker, he always had the ability to just get that mic out of your way during Plinko. Just get it out. Just get it out right now. My last name is Hippolyte, Hyppolite. So that makes me Haitian. But as you can hear, I don't sound black at all. I'm your token black guy in every rock show everywhere across the country. And my dad is a full-fledged Haitian from off the boat. Like, literally, he's been here for about 20, 30, 40 years. He still has the accent. And my brother and I call him the voicemail king because he still leaves that pause in the middle of the if it was like 1982, like you had an answering machine. You don't. It's a cell phone. It's a cell phone. Jonathan, where are you? Where are you right now? Pick up the phone. I can hear you. You are working. I know you are. I know you are. Used to be a fat kid growing up, and the word husky was used for my size. And husky for me just meant just more titties than the nun that was lecturing me was going through menopause for me. And it was just bad news. I had a breath that it sounded like I was on a respirator all the time. What was great about that was the fact that I was one with God, Allah, and Buddha. I had 3 religions under me. My mother studied Hinduism. My father is Muslim, and I went to Catholic school all my life. So I was basically meditating on Easter during the month of Ramadan. All right? That's basically it. I know Jesus, Allah, and Vishnu. Like, we play Uno together. It's not a game. Draw 4, Vishnu, because you have 4 of them. I know you do. I think one of the ways to make America great again, thanks to Donald Trump, is to start having rules for this American country, like condiment fees. I'm tired of buying 20-piece chicken nuggets and only getting 1 sweet and sour sauce. And then you ask for more sauce, and all of a sudden, hell breaks loose. Like, who is actually upset for more sauce? Who's the person producing this, right? Are they just upset or just, like, wait, they want more honey mustard? Why? Is the chicken not moist enough for you guys? What's going on here? What's happening? I don't want that. I don't want that. Give them 1 for every 17 pieces of nuts. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm also a black statistic. Can't touch my shoulders. Found out the hard way as a little kid. As I said, I was a husky, and I found out the hard way in 1st grade. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Do you know how it feels to find out when the entire world can touch your shoulders and you can't off of a game of head, shoulders, knees, and toes? Here I am in Simon Says, 1st round. Simon Says touch your shoulders. I'm out. I'm already out. Bye. Fuck
All right.
you guys. Thank you so much, ladies and
All
gentlemen.
right, Jay.
All right, since
That was Jay Hype, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Good job, man.
Jay Hype.
Eric, so what? What do you think?
Well, let me give a full disclosure real
Yeah,
quickly.
go ahead.
I know Jay Hype very well. We work together at NBC. He's a warm-up comedian for several shows that I've worked on. So, as a warm-up comedian, I think he's one of the most talented warm-ups that I've ever worked with. And when I started working with him, he told me he wanted to actually kind of transition over into the stand-up stage world. And he's done a really good job at it. I think, like anything, it's about like organizing your material, creating your own storyline, your own voice, and then putting it together in a way that's cohesive, that tells the story of Jay Hype. I mean, I like the way, a lot of comedians go by names, like we got Imagine here. That's not the real name. I like the fact that you tell us why you go by Jay Hype, because of your last name. And I think that makes sense of why you go. But I just think, like anything else, you need to put the time in, the stage time. Like Harris said, do a lot of those shows, a lot of bar shows, a lot of the, get up on stage as much as you can, and just get your act together, because I think you've got the stage presence, the personality. I think you've got all the ingredients to make a good cake. It's just testing and trying to find out the right amount of flour and sugar to put in to make that great cake.
I was going to say Anthony should have an opinion, but he's too young in the game, so we'll leave him out of the opinion set. Harris, what do you think?
He basically said it all, man. I think you're very talented. You had a lot of funny jokes, and you also focus on the writing part of it, which I think is important also. And you're naturally funny. Like you said, I think you just need to keep putting in the work, and eventually, like it is, time, experience, and watching a lot of comedy also helps, not to steal or to imitate, but to just understand the craft a little more. And I think you're on your way, man. Just keep on, man. You're definitely on your way to being a good comic. So, yeah, definitely.
Yep.
What do you think of his originality, Harris?
I think it's very original.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that religious joke.
Yeah.
Like
He had
that.
some good stuff in there, man.
Anthony, did we say you could talk?
I just think it needs to be developed. There needs to be another layer.
I listen
Yeah,
to
yeah,
John.
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. And that comes with time, man. A lot of times you can't. People want to rush. I want to do. Go to NACA next year, and you got 15 minutes. And you got to do an hour when you book to college. Now you're doing 15 minutes of that, and then the next you just,
And we know how that
yapping.
goes.
Yeah.
We know how that goes. Well, I'll tell you this. I mean, and you want to say something really quick?
Yeah,
Anthony?
I was just gonna say that you fill the room up. You fill that room up really well, man. And I saw you the first time you performed. We at Greenwich Village Comedy Club, and you could tell. I could tell that you've been writing a lot of jokes. But you just gotta formulate them, just organize them. But it's there. You got some really good jokes there that they just need time. That's it. But you're good. Yeah.
I give you a lot of credit for coming here and getting judged.
Yep, exactly. But this is how you get better, Harris.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
Because we went through, listen, and I'm going to top this off 100%, and I keep it 100%. We come from the school of hard knocks, okay? And, we're still grinding. So all these people who, I'm going to blow up. You don't blow up, bro. You never blow up. You just keep learning and keep going. You are special. I'll tell you that much. I like your enunciation. I like the way you deliver. I like that you also slow down and your punchlines are there. It's not ready yet. You know what I'm saying? But that's the truth. You're not ready yet. But you continue because I'm telling you, I like your style. And you'll be good.
And this helped me when I was coming up, man. I watched everybody.
Yeah.
From women to men, old to new. People. I watched people who people thought weren't funny. You watch it all, and it just kind of.
I want to say one more thing. One of the things that you did do that you should not do is look around and not keep your attention focused in the center of you, because a lot of comedians that are new are looking for the joke, are looking for people to be laughing. You don't have to worry about that. You have a delivery. When you have a delivery, you'll hear the jokes. You won't have to look for them. So keep yourself focused forward, And if you want to turn your head, it's just like me and Imagine. Remember Imagine when we started doing the TV show, I told you to use the V? Okay? It's a V. It's a V. You use to turn, and stop. Just like a V.
It's a V until you do a theater.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, theater is different. But you know what? Thank you so much for blessing us. Continue going.
And you know what? I'm still trying to pick my jaw off the floor because George never says anybody's great. I've never. In fact, 2 episodes ago, he told us to stop telling people that they're great. He doesn't like to use that great. Jay, hi. Tell us real quickly before you leave. Instagram, where can we find you online?
All of it. MC, letter M, letter C, letter J, HYPE. MCJ Hype. That's on Snapchat, Periscope, Instagram, and my Facebook page, MCJ Hype. That's it.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Man.
And you know what? I like him. I do like him. I didn't say he was great. I never said he's great. Are you crazy? He ain't great
You
yet.
said something special, I guess.
He is
you
something
said
special.
special.
He is special because he's special ed. Get the hell out of here now.
Believe the hype, baby. Believe the hype.
No, I can't. Eric, you know something? I think this kid's got a lot of show.
Listen.
Harris, we're going to have to break his legs.
I
might take our money.
I hope he listened because the first time I saw him warm up a crowd, I told him he had something special.
Yeah, he is special.
Yeah.
All right, so now,
I think we have a lady coming.
we have a lady
We
coming
have a
up.
female.
Yes, we do. Prepare yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, for the next comedian as she appears.
Louder. Get me louder. Become louder, son.
You're being too seductive. Ann Walker.
Oh, Ann Walker.
Ann Walker.
Stop, it's me, Imagine. I was just trying my sexy voice.
Ann Walker.
Gentlemen. What's the young lady?
Ann Walker.
Ann Walker.
This is live, ladies. Okay, prepare yourself for your next comedian. She's been doing it for a little while, running the town, ladies and gentlemen, Ann Walker.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hello, how are you?
Good.
Great.
Great.
Sorry.
Yay.
Good.
I just wanted to let you guys know it is fantastic to be here, and I'm thankful. Also, I'm really not even British, but the accent just comes as part of the multiple personality disorder thing, and I'm good with it at this point because I accept me for who the hell I am. Suicide Squad started. I didn't get a chance to watch it this weekend, but I plan on watching it, and I feel like I'm slacking because I still haven't even caught up with X-Men Apocalypse or like the new Captain America. But I did watch Captain America Winter Soldier, and Bucky Barnes was the shit because when I saw it, I was like excited from the trailer from the very beginning. Like Captain America came out with a shield, he thought he was bad. He's like, no, I'm gonna throw my shield for America, and he threw it, damn near threw his back out. But Bucky Barnes caught it like a boss and was like, shoo. Bucky Barnes, bitch, and he threw it on the ground. I was like, what? Bucky? Oh my God, it's Bucky. I was all excited. So I came out of the theater and I was all happy telling my brother, I'm like, yo, I'm Bucky Barnes, bitch. He's like, I don't even know what that means. I'm like, it's okay. So later on, walking through the mall, I saw this kid with a Captain America shield shirt and a Captain America shield on his shorts. So I was like, I'm gonna do it. I have to do it. My family was like, I'm not with you on this, but I'm like, that's okay. I walked up to the kid, I was like, excuse me, sir. He was eating lunch with his girlfriend. He's like, yeah, how can I help you? I said, Bucky Barnes, bitch, and I walked off. And I was so happy about that moment because I didn't look back. And I can only imagine what the conversation was between him and his girlfriend later on. Why did she call you Bucky Barnes? Like, do you buck when you guys have sex? Who was she? And is she calling me a bitch? Or does she call you a bitch? He's like, I don't, babe, I don't know. Really? Because you're being the bitch now. And then they break up just because of Bucky Barnes. I thought that would be a pretty cool thing to watch happen. But I do like movies. Jurassic Park kind of messed me up, the new one. Because honestly, as a woman, I don't care for heels. But I would wear her heels because the heels she wore, she could run the entire length of the movie in. And I have never in my life knew heels that could do that. So I'm Ann Walker. I really appreciate you guys for coming out, and I enjoy you being here. I didn't know how to end that. But
Thank you, Ann.
Eric.
Okay, Ann, how long have you been doing comedy?
4 years.
4 years, okay. You know, Ann, you started out talking about, you know, your accent and about yourself, and I thought it was really interesting, and then you started in on the movies, and then you lost me, because I really wanted to know who you were, and a little bit about you, so that I knew what your point of view was going into your humor. Okay. And so I felt a little empty when I was listening to your jokes, because I don't think I really understood who you were as a comedian. Okay. And I didn't understand where you were coming from. So in 3 minutes, I would have rather just hear all about you, because you got a good look, you got an interesting voice, you started off with an accent, and I was like, where's she going to go with this? Where's she taking me? What journey is? And then you went right to the movies, and then you just lost me. You just lost me. Yeah, but you know, you've got a good stage presence, and you're very likable. You know, I like you.
Same here. Yeah, great stage presence, great energy. Like he said, when you went into the movies, you lost me. I didn't hear one punchline. I would suggest maybe picking up watching more comedy and picking up some books on like actually comedy writing, because you told a story, but it wasn't comedy. It was just a story, like you was telling me on the subway. It had no punchlines in it at all. I was waiting for one, but like you said, the beginning was very interesting, and you lost me with the superhero stuff.
Go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah, I was gonna say same thing. I really didn't learn anything about you. I learned more about you in the pre-interview that we did outside. Yeah. You know, when you were talking about, you actually told me, you said that you love, was it Monk Chance? Yeah. Like, I think that's something that you should have totally talked about. Okay. You said you were born and raised in Chicago, moved to Central Florida, and you even told me, like, the talent isn't even on a map. Like, it's just, you got to trust me. That would have been funny. Like, that's stuff that you really should concentrate on. But you're there, like, you don't look like you're out of sorts. So
right. Also, I found when I started comedy that when people would tell me to talk more about myself, I found that harder to do than making jokes about observational stuff. So the longer you do comedy, the easier to come to be able to open up and talk more about yourself and make fun of yourself. I found it very hard to talk about myself for the first 4 or 5 years, just to make it funny. You know, it's easy to talk about observational stuff like superhero stuff. Yeah. That's easy. but it's harder to talk about yourself, especially when you don't understand comedy to a full extent. So.
All right, well, yeah.
But
wow.
So keep up the good work. You definitely have some pluses. Yeah.
All right, and now the time is here as you face your final curtain. In all reality, don't admit that you're in comedy for 4 years unless you're coming in with material.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I mean, you telling me you got 4 years, I'm going to tell you to quit. Because in 4 years, if you ain't got 5-10 minutes of punchline, you don't need to be a comedian.
Right.
And I'm sorry to be harsh, but that's the true reality.
You know what's funny? Dave Chappelle told me when he asked me how long I was doing comedy, I said a year or a year and a half. He said, "Tell people 3." and then after I did that, I was like, well, if you say you've been doing comedy 4 or 5 years, they can see that you haven't once you go on and touch the mic.
That's why he was messing with you, bro.
I thought he was serious. I would tell people 3 years I was doing comedy a year.
And they slapped you.
And once you go on stage and they see, oh, this guy, you either suck or you ain't been doing comedy as long as you say you are.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like, I don't know how hard, and I'm not insulting you, but you're a hobbyist. You know, if you're going to get involved with comedy, then get involved with it. 4 years, and this is what you present to us, it's bad, okay? I'm not being harsh. I'm being realistic. I like you. I really do. I like her present.
Yeah, very good present.
Start talking about you. You're a Marine. Ooh-ha!
Yeah.
You don't think I remember who you are? Do you not think I don't remember who you are? You don't think I've seen you before? You see, that's the thing. People don't know me. I'm a sneaky bastard. I've watched everybody.
He knows where you live. He's
yep,
on your
exactly.
block.
I the camera, your surveillance camera.
He knows what porta potties you ever use in your
I saw you do a lot better than this. Okay? Yeah. So get back to doing a lot better than this or quit. And that's the truth.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. And you know what?
Honestly, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I really do. Because I was very nervous. I wasn't sure how this was going to go. And, yeah.
You listen, one more thing. I'm nervous all the time, okay? You have the present. Don't be nervous. Think about what you're going to say, all right? The only reason why I'm harsh with you is because you said you did this for 4 years. And for 4 years, you have to be a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay? Look, Imagine's a beast. You know what I'm saying? And in 1 year, I was already scared of him. He's only been in comedy for 4 months. Thank you, babe.
Yeah.
But please keep doing it.
Yeah.
And you know something? Come back. I want to see you again in 3 months.
Yeah, hit us up. Hit me up, in a few weeks or no, a few months. You said.
Yeah, a few months.
The stuff that you did on Monday, that I saw you do on Monday, like George was saying, that's the stuff right there.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ann.
All right.
And you know what's funny?
That was Ann Walker.
And you know what's funny?
Walked right out.
Yeah, go ahead.
In comedy, I think you can talk about anything you want, but you just have to be funny.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You know, she could talk about superheroes, but she better be funny.
But like you said, it was like something that me and you would just have a quick conversation
about,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, but in all that's the thing. It's zero punchlines. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is this, like, in all honesty, was I wrong? If you tell me, Harris,
when she said 4 years, I was like
4 years. That killed me right there. 4 years.
You should be a lot better.
It had nothing to do.
You
with
got people with half-hour specials have been doing comedy for 4 years.
Yeah, but I mean, she's
nowadays.
But you know what I liked about her? She's a woman. Mm-hmm. She didn't have the usual female joke.
Oh yeah.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
And she had a story. I just wanted to hear her story.
Point, yeah.
I think she just went all over the place and was nervous, and that's it. Yeah. But you know what? She'll be back, and I want her back.
That's a very good point, man. Because I really sassy.
I put a pig in my mouth.
Woman. Shit.
I already warned
ladies, you know, ladies, because they can't do that because ain't no ladies in here.
Oh, we need our next host who is going to be Spanish girl too. So,
no, you might get it this time. You might get
somebody else.
All right, who do we have up next? Imagine
we have a comedian that's been doing comedy for at least 2 years. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, give it up to Nevada Smith.
Nevada Smith.
16, I was brutally shoved out of the closet, which left me permanently limp-wristed. I was fortunate, though, because I grew up in a family that was really supportive. My mom, she even offered me up a little piece of advice about men. She told me, son, there's only one type of good man, and that's a dead one. With your name on his life insurance policy. Now, even though my mom has a really sunny disposition way of looking at love, it hasn't stopped me from trying to find it myself. In fact, I went on a date recently with this guy who was under the impression that the date was going really well. Personally, I felt like he talked about money too much. A Jew. So he leans in to steal a goodnight kiss, and he softly whispers, "So Nevada, after a really nice first date, what do you do?" Usually, I quit my job and move in. I tried going the sugar daddy route, and let me tell you, that turned out to be a little bit creepy. Okay, one night, he actually had the audacity to ask me if I might be interested in trying a little father and son role play.
Oh, wow.
Creepy, right? So I, being a good sport, I said, sure, please. Why don't you go stand outside my bedroom window and talk to me through the glass? Because that's usually how I communicate with my actual father.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I did feel like dating was going to be a lot easier just because growing up, my parents, they shared a very passionate kind of romance. Dad used to always say that the fastest way to a woman's heart is a gentle punch to her face. But let's be fair for a minute, you guys. Let's be fair, okay? I love my parents equally. I'm not one of those kids who goes and picks sides. So in my dad's defense, Mom knew she wasn't allowed to be speaking in public. Thank you.
You know, I just want to say one quick thing. I didn't know domestic violence could be that funny.
I did. You never heard?
Well, yeah, I know. But listen, Eric, please take over. I need to run to the bathroom real quick.
I don't get feedback from you? What? No, you're going to hear from me.
He's waiting for you in the bathroom.
Oh, I see. All right, I'll ace this.
That means you passed.
You go right to the finals. Okay, Nevada.
Press the golden button.
Yeah. If you can find it. Nevada, you know, a couple things. I can tell you're a writer. You're a very good writer. A lot of your jokes need to be, you know, condensed. Mm-hmm. You know, fine. You've got some really great choices of words. They need to be shortened and get to the punchline sooner. You know, the thing I like about your gay material, because there's so many gay comedians out there, is it's really about you and your life and you know and your experience growing up, which is good. It's not stereotypical gay material, which you know we all have heard 100 times. So I appreciate the honesty. There's some honesty, and I think that's why we were laughing, because it's honest. You know, we know that you're being truthful.
Very truthful.
And again, you know, it's just always fun. I've seen you several times. It's always just fun to watch you, and I'm a big fan.
Here.
Yeah, man. This guy always knows what to say, man. Always gets it right.
So articulate.
Yeah.
All right, so
I thought I was a comedian, but very good, man. Very good stuff. I enjoyed it, and like you said, which I wouldn't have noticed because I enjoyed you so much, is that maybe some of that stuff could be condensed, but I don't really have.
I'm so anal about it because I am a writer, so it's like I want it all like certain words elevate other words.
Right. Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely. Man, just keep at it, man. You're gonna be good. Yeah. I don't have nothing to say other than good stuff. So
yeah, exactly.
Very funny. Very funny.
Alec, I mean,
Can I ask Harris a question?
Yeah.
Harris, what kind of rooms do you when you see Nevada? Do you think it's like a typical gay room, or could you see him doing different types of rooms? You know, like straight crowds, urban crowds. You know?
I don't know about urban.
You don't know about urban?
No, because I mean, I don't want to talk bad about my people, but they're not as generous as other races when it comes to
both. You know,
Yeah.
The
our
urban
people,
folks in the room were the ones that laughing hardest.
Right. But you know what? This is so much thing to talk. I think if you put an urban crowd in Caroline's, he'll do fine.
Yeah.
But if he does it in
The Bronx.
East New York,
Yeah.
he might not be so fine. But but it has nothing to do with him. It's just the way human beings work. I guess it's weird how that works sometimes.
Well, I'll tell you
but
something.
he could definitely do any show, like any mainstream, any show that has a roof and it's conducive.
walls.
It's conducive to comedy. No one's playing pool.
Yeah.
The TVs aren't on. But he's
You don't see him being pinpointed as a gay comedian then?
Oh well, obviously.
I mean, he's a gay comedian, but like only gay shows.
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
No.
Anthony, what you got to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say, jumping on what Eric had said about your gay material, it's good because it's so nonchalant. You don't really draw that much attention to it, but we hear it, and I haven't seen you perform in a while. You took a little bit of a break, but you don't
drew
look
a lot of
rusty.
attention to it. He was talking about dating dudes.
But I mean, like it didn't like take away from them.
Right.
Comfortable, which is what, like, because I know, like, a lot of times that's what they do.
Exactly.
Right,
yeah,
right.
that's what I meant.
All
So
Now, just
Definitely stood away from it.
I need to make rules for gay people. Stop talking. That's number one. I go now.
Yes.
I'm going. You know what? You are amazing, and I'll tell you why. I became gay because of you. All right. Because he didn't say, "Oh, I'm a gay." No, he was him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You brought me to your world, and that's all you needed to do.
and he's not leaving. Now.
And he's gonna leave.
No, you're not leaving his world.
Oh, I'm not leaving the
You're
closet.
not leaving his world.
No, I left the closet. I'm going back in after he leaves. But I'm gonna tell you something,
And George
Eric.
pulled him back in.
I want to say something to you. And Harris, I'll say it for both of us. You would do fine in any room, okay? In any urban room, white room, Jewish room, you'd be fine. The thing secret to all of this is don't be like every other gay dude.
Right.
And you weren't.
Try to stand out as much as possible.
Exactly, because every gay joke is, "Oh, hi, how are you? I'm a dick sucker," and hello, my baby, hello, my, fucking shut the fuck up already. You actually came in booming, son. And you know what? Imagine, put him on one of your shows, man.
No, I'll get his information.
Yeah. You definitely, we'll show you if you got urban love. I'll put you on one of my shows. But you might...
And just because say you do both their shows and it doesn't go that way, doesn't mean you can't do it. It just
Exactly.
means you have to learn how to deal with those types of situations. As comics, a lot of times you have to learn to deal with all types of situations, not just black shows, prom shows where people are stone drunk. You just have to learn how to deal with it.
And I think he can. And
Yeah,
one of the
absolutely.
things is, like,
Just
I'm
adapt.
telling you, Eric, honestly, so what? He's gay. You know what I mean? I didn't really... No, I'm not saying for you.
No, I understand.
I'm saying that I like the idea that he's not doing, like, every other gay person material. You know what I'm saying?
He's a comedian.
He's a comedian. Exactly.
He came in as a comedian. He didn't
Exactly.
come in as-
Exactly.
He did not sashay in here.
Exactly.
And,
George was like, he's about to sashay.
I'm about to sashay
He's about
the
to
fuck
sashay
out.
over here.
Yes, but thank you so
Yes.
Give it up
much.
for Nevada Smith.
Nevada Smith.
as he sashays away.
All right, so you know what? I'm gonna tell you something, and I'll tell you, all of us. What do you imagine? He was good.
Yeah.
He
felt
was
gay
good.
Also.
And you felt gay too?
It made you feel comfortable as a man to be gay for the moment. It was cool to be gay.
Can somebody bring us? Hold on, sit back. We gotta go. Can somebody bring us water?
Oh, thanks.
please.
That was fun.
For Harris.
That was, yeah.
No, that was cute. That was
No,
cute.
it
It
was-
wasn't no colors.
I
ain't
like him.
I do
Just
too.
material, which
I
was
like him. And
Yeah,
I'll
that
tell
was-
you this, I think that with the right, I think an urban audience would die laughing because he walks in without telling them.
And you know what? I don't even know if he's really gay. That's
Yeah.
It's that's the truth.
I think you just want to find out. Stop it.
I used to like how I used to like to watch how Bill Burr would handle urban audiences.
Yeah.
'Cause you know how urban audiences always play hip hop music right before they give it up for Bill Burr. They'll play like DMX, and Bill would walk on and would get them from 1 second, he would just go, "Turn that shit off. I'm not gonna pretend like I listen to it." Like a lot of white comics go up there and go, they dance with the music. Bill Burr, like, turn that shit off. Not gonna pretend like I listen to that.
Me don't listen.
And they
to
would,
that
and black
shit.
is honest, and they enjoy. They laugh their ass off because he's so honest, and he goes into his shit, and then.
But that's the thing, you know something about the urban audiences, and urban is white too, my friend. Urban is every color, that's for sure. As long as you're honest and you come out brutal and you come out beautiful to them, they don't give a shit what you are.
Right, exactly.
Make me laugh. You know, exactly. Make me laugh. But don't come making fun of me because you think that that's the funny shit.
Come from a place of truth.
Exactly.
Come from a place of truth.
So who's next for us?
We have the next comedians on deck right now. Yes, indeed. He's been doing comedy, I would say, about, he said 2, but I probably know him about 3 years, and he's been doing comedy the whole time I've known him. So he's like, I could respect the fact that he said only 2 years, you know what I mean? Even though he's been doing it for 3. But, ladies and gentlemen.
By the time this introduction gets over, he'll be doing it 4 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Eric, let's wipe the sweat off.
Right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Renier.
Lebron.
Good evening. What's up, y'all? So short. First of all, I would like to acknowledge all the beautiful women listening, all the beautiful women all over the world. And it's not easy looking as gorgeous as some of these women do. See, us guys, we don't give a shit. We just throw some gel in our hair. We do a crotch adjustment. We're out the door. But women go the extra mile to look good. You know, and it's worth it because they really do look good. You know, what happened was in the beginning, a higher power created man. He stepped back, he looked, and he said, perfect. Then that same higher power created woman. He stepped back, he looked, and he said, fuck it, that shit's gonna have to use makeup every day. I mean, have you ever seen some of the shit that women put on their face before they walk out the door? Some of them gotta use foundation, concealer, blush, eyebrow pencil, eyeliner, mascara, lipstick, lip gloss, lip liner, and then they're running around the apartment talking about, I woke up like this, I woke up like, no, you fucking did not. What you need to do is stand in front of the mirror talking about, I'm fooling myself. Fucking, my wife puts on, she complains about every fucking thing. A lot of people say that I hate my wife. I do not hate my wife. I love my wife. It's a side of that bitch that I can't stand. She complains about every fucking thing. You turn on the lights, it's too bright. You turn them off, it's too dark. It's too cold. It's too hot. She even complains about my use of the GPS. She says you constantly depend on this stupid machine. It's always driving us around in circles, always getting us lost. It's not worth anything. She says, you know, we've been married for 13 years and you still have not found my G-spot. Maybe your GPS will help you find it. Well, the other night, I'm happy to say that without the use of the GPS, I found my wife's G-spot. It wasn't her sister all the time.
That's a lingerer.
You guys, hey, check this out. The other day we're walking in Key Food. I took a case of beer. I threw it in the shopping cart. My wife says, what the fuck is that about? I said, it's a case of beer. It's only $10. She says, we don't have it like that. So reluctantly, I took it out of the shopping cart. We're walking around, 2 hours down. She grabs a big tub of some white cream. She throws in the shopping cart. I said, what the fuck's that about? She says, oh, it's facial beauty cream. It's only $20 and it make me look beautiful. I said, the case of beer would have did the same shit for half the price. My wife likes to flip shit on me. In the middle of us having sex, she'll say, wait, stop. I said, what happened? She said, nothing. I'm just not in the mood anymore. I said, what do you mean you're not in the mood anymore? She says, I don't feel the same way that I felt 5 minutes ago. You're going to get upset with me because of that? Why can't you be happy holding me for a little while? I said, no problem. The next day, we're walking through Macy's. She goes, Poppy, look at that dress. I said, oh, that shit is hot. They got some shoes next to them. I just tried them on. She tried them on. I said, they look good. Come on. I'm going to buy them for you. We're on our way to the register. This bitch is almost floating on air. Just before we got to the register, I said, wait. Stop. She said, what happened? I said, nothing. I'm just not in the mood anymore. She said, what do you mean you're not in the mood anymore? I said, I don't feel the same way that I felt 5 minutes ago. You're going to get upset with me because of that? Why can't you be happy holding this shit for a little while? Thank you very much.
Oh, he gonna get it from me, son. Eric.
Okay, I got a very, like you're channeling Rodney Dangerfield a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, and that comedy is fun and it's good, but again, I felt a little empty inside. I felt like I didn't know who you were. You know?
Sorry.
Like, the thing about comedy is this, is like, you got a certain look about you. You got a certain style about you. I want to know who you are. I want to know what it is that brings you to the stage and what your point of view is. But instead, I got a lot of one-liners, you know? And I felt like the material was just repurposed again and again and again and again and again. And I feel like you have such a great character. You have such a good personality and such great energy that I want to know about you. And that's why I felt empty, because I felt like I didn't get my fill of who you were as a performer.
Harris.
As I said before, he said everything.
You're being nice, aren't you?
No, it's I did. You do have a great energy and
got a
I would say
character.
a character and a
Right.
distinct attitude, which is cool, which a lot of comics don't have. They're just up there talking. But the jokes are not there yet. Those, like you said, those are one-liners. Do people still do comedy like that? Like, I don't know too many comedians. Except for Don Rickles is still around.
You're so stupid.
I need to know more about you, man. And if you're gonna do those one-liner type comedy, then you have to be original with it instead, and not remind me of anyone.
Exactly.
Think about Lisa Lampanelli.
Yeah.
Think about,
Well, she's stealing all of Don Rickles' shit. So.
Yeah,
but she has her own.
Yeah, her own delivery. Yeah.
Voice, and it's just when you hear it, it's her Lisa.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether or not.
I mean, I gotta go along with what they said. We didn't really learn anything about you. We know that you don't like your wife. But you mentioned it so many times that it just got too much. Like you were telling me before, like you work for the funeral industry. I mean,
exactly.
That right there alone, that's funny.
Sure
How
is.
you told? What did you tell me outside? You said your friends are worried. Your friends are worried when you show up.
Yeah,
right?
If they're in the hospital, they're sick, and I show up to visit them.
Step up to the mic. We can't hear you like that.
Yeah, I mean,
step up to the mic.
That's something that I wanted to hear. Yeah. But your energy though. I mean, energy wise, you're good.
He used to be a comedian. I don't know if you remember the comedian. He used to be work in the funeral homes. He looked like he worked in the funeral home. He looked like Norman Bates. Remember this guy? What was his name? You know who I'm talking about?
Welfare Fred. That's just joking.
But he used to have a lot of great material about working in a mortuary. It was so funny. He said,
I saw a dead baby.
Yeah, one joke about I got this body one day. It was a woman. And she was all fucked up. Her face, she was in a car accident. Pussy still look good though.
but that's original.
But see, that's original, and then he worked in a funeral home. So you remember that guy? What I'm talking about? Looked like Norman Bates and shit. He looked weird.
One time I was talking with Angelo Lozada. He's in my car. So I had told him I work in a funeral home, and he asked me, "What's the funniest shit that ever happened to you?" Or the weirdest thing. I told him they wanted me to go from Queens, where I work, into the Bronx. Come back to Queens the next day, go back to the Bronx to pick up a baby's casket. I said, "Well, when I get out of work, why not just go pick up the casket? I'll leave it in the back seat of my car, take it home, and I'll come back to the funeral home with it." The guy says, "If that doesn't bother you, I got stopped by a cop for speeding." And he tells me, "What are you in a rush to?" I said, "Well, I'm doing a baby's funeral, and the mother is waiting for me." I pointed to the casket in the back seat. There was no baby in it, but the cop says, "All right, go ahead, go, keep going." Angelo Rosada says, "What the fuck you riding around with a dead baby's casket? It's just a box to me.
Right.
I don't give a shit."
All right. Enough of the story.
But it's stuff like that people want to hear. You know?
Exactly. But I want to talk.
A few more punchlines to it. This is great stuff.
Add a real punch.
Right? He's like Def's employee. Employee.
Exactly.
I want to say something. I know him for a while, and Rainier is a really good guy. He's actually a very cool dude, and he does good things. The problem is he don't listen. He doesn't listen. He doesn't listen to any advice. I mean, he tries, but then he goes back to the same shit. Okay, so
comedy is painful, man.
Yeah,
like you might feel uncomfortable because you're out of your box, but eventually that uncomfortableness you'll get comfortable in it. It's very painful to be original and work. It's hard. Comedy is hard. Everybody think they could do it.
Yeah,
but it's
no
fucking
one can.
hard to be good at it
and
to be considered good at it. And
to be considered good at it, you have to put in the material.
You have to put in the time. You have to put in the work. You have to go on stage and maybe bomb a few times just till you find your voice. And I bombed a lot. I know I did.
Oh, I remember watching Harris bomb all the time. What are you
I bombed
talking
for
about?
years.
I never bombed. I used to follow him all the time. So.
Bombed for years.
I used to be Harris. So this is how it's done. You know? Yeah, right. Harris, but you know what, Rainier? Honestly, listen to what everybody's saying here. I've said it to you before. If you're gonna go that way, then become the original Rodney. Okay? Right. You know, the thing is that you say things and they sound angry. All right? You sound angry,
which is fine if you are angry. It's okay to be. Norton's angry.
Yeah, but Norton is different. Norton.
Yeah, but he has an angry disposition about shit.
Yeah, but he also looks like an angry motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't look like an angry person.
But if he is inside.
Yeah, but that's
I don't know that for sure.
That's because his wife took everything he owned. That's the fucking problem.
Anger is a good catalyst for comedy. Anger and hate.
But
I hate you.
But
I hate a lot of shit.
Norton's anger, he is being angry for us. He's expressing our anger. He's he's expressing our anger. He's just not.
Why
angry.
is DePaulo angry?
Well, that's a different story.
Yeah. But I'm saying to you is start listening to what we tell you, because the only way to get better is to actually do things that are right for yourself. If you're going to talk about your wife, don't do the one-liners. Start telling stories. Why are you so angry? Why is she pissed you off? Talk about your job, but talk about things that like make sense. You understand to you. Don't be so angry, because you're really not an angry person. You're a good fucking dude. And you know what's funny? He takes care of his dad, which his dad is like 100 years old. His dad is, you know, and his dad, you know what? Hold on. What are you guys talking about?
Oh, angry.
Oh.
There's another comic I was trying to think of. Louis Black is
okay. But Louis Black is political, too.
Yeah, but he's angry.
But let me say this. Well, I'm going to say this to you.
Yes.
His hit, when he tells me stories about his dad's like, what, 90 what?
94.
93, 94? His dad is a trip. Okay? A trip. I mean, he says shit to him, I'm like, yo, that's gold. You know what I'm saying? But you have to start listening to the things around you, bro. You have to start listening to your voice. And find a voice. If you're going to be angry, but find a voice that makes sense. Anger, just spewing it out like shit, it's just shit. You understand what I'm saying? And I like you. I don't dislike you. I put you on my show. That's not a problem. But you need to learn that if you're going to be angry and you're going to be, you got to come up with the material that's clever enough to make people laugh. That's it.
And I guess, like you said too, be angry for a reason. Like Louis Black is angry for our country, or and what would you say? Norton is angry for what would you say?
For the people.
For the people, yeah.
He's yelling for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, and all
saying
of
what
that.
I wish I could say.
Yeah. Exactly. Just keep it up, bro.
You got a good personality. I like your spirit. I like your energy.
And
You're
he is
interesting.
good. He is good.
You're interesting. You're not like everybody else.
Exactly.
So I like that.
Now get out.
Run here.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was
How many more comedians do we have?
Just two.
We have two more.
All right, so two more. Okay, so we're just going to go over by a few minutes.
Right
All right.
now, I'm the angry. Just.
We have,
all right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see.
we have a female comic coming up.
We have a female comedian. She said she's been doing.
I'm about to fire Magic.
Ladies and gentlemen. Yes, give it up to Kanisha Noddle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for having me. I'm 20 years old, so you know I'm young, but I'm at that baby crazing phase. You know, but not so much for the baby. Like I see a pregnant woman on the street and I'm jealous. Like I want to be pregnant, but not for the end result. Like I just want the attention. Like purely, just want the attention. I just want to be able to do whatever I want, you know, and eat for 4 people, essentially. I really do believe, though, that babies are not born, and their name, it's not their name yet. You know, I believe you have to grow into a name. That's really what I believe. Because I don't think, you know, a baby comes out of the womb and they're like, no, that right there, that is Ian. You know what I mean? That's not Ian. Ian is a mid to late 30s guy. He's slightly overweight. You know, he's depressed. He wakes up one morning and he says, no, today I'm that's really when he fulfills that. I'm still growing into my name. I'm not a vivacious black woman yet. So I'm working on it, working on the Kenesha thing. It's like a reversal Michael Jackson, but like not so much with surgery, just like a lot of foundation and spray tan type of a thing. Yeah, so I've been thinking a lot about my own mortality, but not questioning how I'm going to die. It's just more I daydream about my funeral and what kind of songs I want and how depressing do I want it to be, the atmosphere, the energy, that kind of a thing. And I was telling my friend, you know, what I want to have. And she told me, no, I want my funeral to be fun. You know, I want it to be a celebration. I want to have colors and music and dancing. And I was like, no. No, I don't want to look down from above and see everyone having a better time without me. You know what I mean? Like, I want to look down and I want to see depression in its purest form, like clinical, medicated depression. You know what I mean? Like, I want everyone to kill themselves after I'm gone because they can't handle it. And then upstairs, you know, I mean, I'm projecting here that I think I'm going to go up, but that's fine. Up or down, then I'll party with them. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of thing that I want. Cool. That's me. I'm Kenesha. Thanks, guys.
Kenesha.
Eric.
Where are you from, Kenesha? Australia. Did it bother anybody else? Were you trying to guess where she was from the whole set?
Yes.
I did. I thought it was Boston when I heard
Boston?
I heard
thought
A.
yeah.
It's like Boston.
Boston.
But
Yeah. I think, you know, your stuff is clever, but I think I would address where you're from first and go for there so that our mind is not thinking like my whole time I'm thinking like what's this accent? Where's she from? And it's kind of taking me away from what you're saying.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know. Your stuff is smart, and you said you're 20, so I had trouble connecting you as a 20-year-old woman and your material for some reason. I don't know. Don't get me wrong, it was smart, it was funny, but I don't know if it was youthful. As a 20-year. You know, like I think...
Well, because she wants to get pregnant.
Yeah, I think that... I don't know, as a person in the industry, and I think when I think of a 20-year-old, and I think of people developing projects for a 20-year-old, I don't know if that was the appropriate material.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me struggling. It's not. It has nothing to do with you being funny. It's just the content of your material. It was maybe a little too old. I don't know. But you definitely have some smart things. I might cut down a little. Some of the jokes went on a little too long, I thought.
that's what I was going to start with. I'm
sorry.
I actually enjoyed the content. I just thought they should have been funnier. Maybe more. You had a couple good punchlines, but damn, I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you.
It needs something. Definitely more punchlines. I didn't have any problem with the content. I was actually some of the content I thought when you started, I was like, oh, this is gonna be good, and it just kind of
fizzled.
Yeah. But that's easily fixed just by getting on stage and studying your craft and learning how to set up a joke and write a joke within the subject you want to talk about. You know, because I find that hard sometimes, especially for a new comic. Sometimes comics aren't ready to talk about certain things because they're not funny enough to talk about it yet. You have to, you almost have to, your womanhood almost has to catch up with your comedy. You know, your comedy has to catch up with your womanhood or whatever. And I think there's a gap. You know, you sound very smart, but it's an art form, and you got to study it and learn how to be funny with it.
I usually can figure out the comedian. There's something there I can't put my finger on. There's a piece of the puzzle. You're funny. You're cute. You have I just can't put it. What the missing factor is to bring it all together.
Because you sound really intelligent, and the stuff you say is very smart. But like I said, that funny gap is the gap is too big, and I think maybe your funny has to catch up with up here and here.
Mm-hmm. Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, I think what they're saying is obviously is correct. The joke, some of the jokes you had, they were great. They got so much potential. But I think the good thing for you is that you're so young, so you got time to like work this out.
Suck for years, and you'll be good by 27.
Be inspired by these words.
You'll be sucking for the next 5 years.
No, but that's the truth.
We're not
It's
talking
good
about
when you're
anything
young.
else.
It's good to go somewhere where you can have
Exactly.
somewhere to suck for a year or two, so no one can in the industry can see you suck. Because the industry has they have one track mind. They see you one time and they go, oh well, she sucks.
Yeah.
And when they see you audition next year, you could gotten better, but they're gonna go, you still suck.
Yeah. But your mind, like the way your mind is operating for these jokes, like they're good. They're good. Like it's there. But like Harris said, like it just there's a gap there, you know.
It's like
and then
the writing of it.
you gotta condensing is try to condense the wording, you know, or maybe find some funny words to replace some normal words, you know.
Jokes, funny jokes, and punchlines.
I just feel like, you know how comedians have certain jokes that when they say them, that if you split it, you could split that one joke three ways. It's like 3 different topics.
Yeah.
I think if she chose the birth thing and you have more fun with the joke, like you know, like you enjoyed it more, like I want to have the benefits of it, you know, with the attitude, like I want to be able to, you know, stand above someone and they just get up and give me their seats.
Yeah, but now, well, hold on. Okay.
I eat for 4 now. You understand what I'm saying?
We need to stop at Magic because he'll keep going. He'd do the 25-minute special right now. No, I hear you.
She chose. Yeah, I think that's where the gap was. We was having fun with her topics and not the joke that it.
Didn't develop.
See what you just did? You just added the jokes in there. Which was funny stuff. Yeah.
All right.
So instead, try to condense so many topics, take 2 or 3 of them, and have fun with them.
All right. Well, now I wanna say your name. That's no. Your name. You know what is it? Keisha. I thought she was black when I was like, we got an African American woman, and then she comes in like, what's this white girl doing? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, but the truth is this. Look, you're young. You're 20 years old. Okay. You're doing a lot better than most people. Okay. How long you been on stage? Less than a year. Keep going. You know.
It's very painful in the beginning.
Yeah, it's very painful. You know what I'm saying?
Without no pain, there's no growth as a comedian.
Exactly.
There's no such thing as a great comedian who didn't bomb before.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
I never bombed.
If any comedian that tells me that never,
I never bombed.
Any comedian that tells me they never bombed, they're probably not that good. Trust me.
Wait, hold on. I bombed every day.
I mean, you have to bomb. It's trial and error.
It's true. And the thing is this.
I have 3 bombs in my belt.
I'll tell you this. The material is good. It's too wordy. You know, don't overthink your material. Okay? Keep moving it. Change it around. Put more stuff into it. Like Imagine
you made a good point. Yeah. Don't overthink your material.
Don't overthink your material.
You're not, but you haven't been doing comedy enough to overthink your material. When you're new, you just want to get the funny out and learn how to be funny. Yeah. And then when you get older in comedy and you become
miserable,
veteran, then you can think about it. You know how to be funny with it.
Yeah, when you're like us, you're gonna hate us, and you're gonna hate yourself and everybody else around you.
Because it's comedy, just have fun with it.
So what do you say? I mean, I say she did good.
I
I think that she needs just to really figure out. I think what you need is a
Imagine
coach.
you get a number when she leaves.
You need a coach. I no, honestly, you really do need to look at comedians that are doing the same thing as you, like, you know, the morbid, you know, the narcissistic. You know, I'm narcissistic all the way. So, you know, but we are.
I know what helped me. I always watched comics I thought I was similar to, as far as how I wanted to present my comedy. You know, like,
start finding them. Exactly. Start finding the people that fit your profile, and just keep working your material. Stop being so smart. Slow down your brain.
She's
But don't stop
20.
being
By the time
smart.
she's 22, she's going to be killing.
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
And Hollywood is still, she's at that ripe age. They're going to be knocking on her door.
Yep, exactly. Well, I mean,
Here you're doing radio, but on the stage.
he's definitely good.
All right, so let's get to this. Imagine, stop it.
Do not be sucked in by Imagine's charisma.
He's definitely getting her number.
He's blinding you right now.
It's bad for your life.
The power of Imagine compels you.
He drives a Cadillac. He's bad for your life. Kanishwa.
Run, Kanisha, run.
Run. We're just joking. Oh, thank you for showing us your material. And, yeah, the Australian thing, say it from the beginning so that way. But you don't even have to say you're Australian. Just say I'm an immigrant, and that's good enough. You know what I'm saying? Say something like that, or, you know, but don't be clever about it. Just let them know where you are.
Just say you're from the Bronx.
Exactly. The other side of the Bronx.
I'd say another thing. One thing about comedy, you don't have to say where you from ever. It's funny.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
I don't need to know where Jim Jeffries is from. He's hilarious. Yeah, I know where he's from now. But if he walked on stage and started talking, I wouldn't care where he was from. He's hilarious.
He's hilarious, yep. All right, well, let's get her out of here. Get out of here.
All right, Kanisha.
Kanisha, keep going. It's good.
All right, we got one more comic up. Last comic.
Is this the headliner?
He's definitely the tallest comedian of the night.
Okay, that's very true. He is very tall. And he goes by the name of Eddie Spaghetti.
Exactly. That was 45 seconds.
Hello. Thanks for coming, folks. Good to see you. Let's give another round of applause to yourself for showing up tonight, people.
Yeah.
My name is Eddie Spaghetti. I am from Florida by way of Quincy. I'm one of 17 people in my family who never had, never got really too much of anything. And when it comes to sleeping arrangement, it was crazy. Matter of fact, we had one bed in the room, and we slept 6 to that bed. Matter of fact, we slept so many in that bed till we developed a disease called sardine syndrome. And what that means is that whatever one smelled like in that bed, the rest of them wore the same deodorant. Also, when we if one took a bath and the other ones didn't take a bath, but when they all got up in the morning, they smelled like Butt Brothers. Also, knowing that
Eddie, I've seen you before. Just don't script. Just tell us your jokes. I've seen you do well before. Sounds like you're scripted tonight. Just do some of your jokes.
Yeah, just have fun.
Yeah, just do your jokes. You got some really good jokes. You sound too scripted right now, like you're trying to remember a script.
Okay. I was walking down 8th Street out here, and I ran into a lady coming across the street. And I was standing up against the wall. You know how you recite stuff to get ready for a show. And the lady walked over and she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, what I'm doing is working on the strip." She said, "What are you?" I said, "I'm a comedian." She said, "Are you a comedian?" I said, "No." And she said, "No, you're funny." I said, "No, I'm not funny. But I can tell you what's funny. If you
All right, you know what, Eddie? Stop. All right, you're killing yourself.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Hello? Eric, please talk.
Eddie, you seem like you're off your game tonight. What's wrong? You nervous? What's going on? I've seen you 100 times.
No.
What's going on with you tonight? You seem a little nervous.
Just off.
Okay.
So maybe we just, fairness, call this
a do-over?
A do-over.
Yeah. How long you been doing comedy?
I started back in 78.
1978.
How long you been doing comedy, like, consistently? Since 78?
No.
Oh.
Like a year.
Okay. I mean, just for starters, just lose the spaghetti at the end of your name.
Yep.
That makes no sense at all. Go by your regular name, and I don't know, Eddie, man. It's pretty bad. What to say?
I've heard that before.
Well, I mean,
but I have seen him. I have seen him do some
Yeah.
stuff that's good. I have, in all fairness,
Okay.
I have seen him. He has some good jokes. But yeah, I do understand what you're saying.
Yeah. The last time I came to the comedy club, the guy told me, you shouldn't quit your day job.
Right.
And I didn't. I retired.
But they tell a
My
lot of
check's in the mail.
they tell a lot of famous people. A lot of
Yeah.
famous people have heard that.
Yeah.
So I never listen to someone when they tell you to quit. But you just got to buckle down and learn your craft and learn what you need to do to have good sets. To
Yeah.
And,
I agree with that.
Yeah.
And I have no problem.
okay. Go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah, Eddie. Man, that was tough, bro. That was hard.
You've seen me before.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like me and Eric said, we've seen you before. I don't know what you were talking about just now. Like, I don't even remember anything, but the stuff we were talking about earlier is the stuff you really need to hone in on. Your life. Just you taught high school for 25 years. Military, you wrote books. You did all this stuff.
You're definitely different. You definitely have a different persona, a thing about you. It just needs some material.
Yeah.
You definitely have a voice. You're quirky looking and acting like that's good for comedy, but you just need to find the right material to go with.
I think the nerves got the best of him. Some comedians can come up here, like you see how we came out and said you don't have the jokes, but you have the personality and stuff like that.
Right.
He didn't have the personality, he had the nerves that just override.
Imagine if you're gonna talk, you need to be on the mic.
It was also very scripted. It
Yeah.
sounded like you're
Yeah,
reading
it was
from a
very-
script.
yeah.
Did I go yet or no?
I'm like, you only get 3 minutes, man. You need to remember your material, what you're going to talk about, even if you have to, whatever you have to do to remember that. But I was always been a big stickler for. I never pulled out a piece of paper on stage. If I forgot it, I forgot it.
That's
I
it.
just took the L, but I didn't feel like a professional when I pulled out a piece of paper.
Exactly.
But, yeah, man. 3 minutes, you should at least have your material memorized.
Yeah. That's strange.
Yeah.
Because I have like 2 hours with it.
Right.
All right. Well, you know
Maybe
what?
you're just
You know
nervous,
what?
man.
Hold on. I want to.
It's okay.
He's just nervous.
I allow myself the opportunity to bump.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
Good.
So
Okay.
I'm not worried about
You'll
this.
go a long way
Well,
doing that.
You know what? Can I say this? You should. It's not about worried. Okay.
Don't take it too hard.
Yeah.
I'm not
Imagine.
taking this hard.
Let me talk. All right. Let me ask you something.
Okay.
Who's been helping you learn comedy?
Who's been helping me?
Yeah. Who's been teaching you? Who have you been watching? What have you been doing? How have you been training yourself? Do you go to?
Watch the shows here.
Uh-huh.
Watch all the comics up, how they open, how they close.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm there. I'll sit back and watch it.
No one say. Listen, I'm not asking you to be defensive. I'm asking you to be like, who is coaching you? Who has told you how to do material? Who has been helping you? How long have you say you've been doing comedy for? How long? A year.
Yeah.
Okay, but you've been around the scene for how long?
A long time.
Okay. Look, I'm gonna say it, and it's because I want to be a dick or anything, but Eddie, okay, start talking about other things in your material, and I'm gonna say, forget your material, and I'm gonna say, if you continue doing this, you're not gonna find yourself at all. Now, if Anthony's telling me that you taught high school, you did all this, there's material there that's better than anything you said tonight, okay? And if you have a life, and I've heard your stuff, I heard your family, the farm stuff and all that, I've heard that stuff. Let me tell you something. You can say you have 2 hours of material. I'm going to say you don't have 5 minutes, okay? And I'll tell you that, okay, because this is how long I've been doing it, all right? You need to start finding yourself correctly. You could be so much more than you are, okay,
Right, yeah.
with yourself. Okay, I get mad at shit like this, and I'll tell you why I get mad at shit like this. Because you are what we call you have what we call beginner's ears. Okay, and you understand what I mean, Harris? Beginner's ears,
yeah.
meaning that like it's only funny to him.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's only funny to you because you're the one that's writing it, and it's not funny to anybody else. Okay, it's painful. All right, you have How many years is teaching school? How many years? 25 years of teaching school, and this is what you show me? What else do you have? What else? Were you in the military? Okay. How many? You have 4 years of the Marines. Come on. That alone is amazing.
And just your everyday life, what you deal with every day nowadays.
Exactly.
And I tell you, too, with the spaghetti last name, man,
and
people, in this business, man, when you give yourself like a name like that, you kind of pigeonhole yourself
exactly
into the industry. You know, they see you as one thing. I met a guy named Ketchup one time. I'm like, yo, man, change. What's your real name? Go by that. You know?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, look, not for nothing. I want to see you back here. If you want to try again, I want to see you in 3 months. Yeah. I want to see what you do in 3 months. But I'm telling you, you come here with this material again, and I'm just going to let you have it.
He's going to kill you. He is good.
Because you know something? I think that the potential is in you. It's not in me. It's in you. And you have a better script than this. Mm-hmm. Your life. And and like quirkiness and all that shit, I don't even look at that. I look at it in his
but
eyes.
It's obvious.
Yeah,
like,
in his eyes, and I look at him as a human being. I see the knots, the wrinkles, the pain, you know what I'm saying? I see everything. From here, I see it. Yeah. I see it, dude. Give it to me. Yeah. Don't give me this bullshit. Give me you, man. You is so much more interesting than this. You get what I'm saying? Now, I don't want to hear no excuses. I want to see you in 3 months, and if you want to come back, you got it. That's all. Thank you.
All right, man. Eddie.
You know,
spaghetti.
Yeah, the thing with me,
I don't know.
The thing with me is this. Like, you're absolutely right. Names are very important. George Diaz. They call me the Rage. I never called myself the Rage. That was given to me.
Right.
You know, Harris, that's your name. We should stay by our names. Wow. Imagine Anthony Jimenez. Imagine is one of those guys.
I don't mind I don't mind name changing like Jamie Foxx, but like a stage name.
Exactly,
but not like hamburger or shit like that.
Hamburger.
I go by it. Like if you have a weird name and you don't want to say it, then make up a name that's show businessy, like Jamie Foxx did. Yeah. His name is Eric Bishop. He didn't like it, so he changed it to Jamie Foxx.
Yep. Or Jeff Ross.
Yeah. His name's not
Jeffrey
Jeff
Ross. His name is Jeff.
It's not?
No.
Jeffrey.
It's Jeff Lipschitz.
Oh, see? Yeah.
Yo, I like that last name. What's your name? Lipschitz.
Exactly.
I'll tell you this.
I know his last name ain't spaghetti.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Is there meatball? Is there meatballs in that spaghetti?
You see, you're hilarious. Stop it, Harris. You're making me laugh. You're not supposed to be making me laugh.
Okay, sorry.
The thing is this. These guys are good, okay? And they can continue getting better. But you have to understand. Yeah, no, I saw that. You see, but we can't. This is, you know what I think? You know what it is, Harris? A lot of these guys watch guys that don't know shit about comedy. Right. And they take it serious. Right. And these motherfuckers, excuse my language, I'm sorry for saying this on I've never cursed like that before. Slap my mouth. They don't know shit about comedy. That's why I asked him who's teaching him.
Right, like I said,
because he needs to fire that person.
Exactly. Like I said, I was fortunate. I had these guys who were doing stuff on TV.
We had all this.
Who gave me tutelage. He's not learning from anyone putting a bowl of spaghetti on his head.
Yeah,
who told him to do that?
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing to it is like, look, if the dude's got something that's special, but he doesn't know it yet. You understand what I'm saying?
Nerves just got the best.
Yeah. Imagine
this is comedy, man.
Yeah, this
people
is
gonna
comedy.
be staring at you.
Honestly, you can see the fear in his eyes. That's what was going on. It's like shaking. The material it becomes much more sharper, but he was like
Have you seen him before?
I've never seen him before. But
I've seen him before.
I looked at him, and now, if I was an audience member on the side, I could tell that he was kind of really nervous.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
he should have been.
He
should have been nervous presenting that.
Yeah. But Harris, in all fairness, I think that what's going on with some of these guys is, once again, they're not getting taught by some.
Or they're not getting taught at all.
Idiots.
They're just out here in the dark.
Yeah, and that's not good.
No,
it's
not.
What? That only
helped me. Yeah.
that only shows, like, you know what? How many bringer shows are you going to do?
Right.
How many open mics?
When you go to bringers and open mics, they're just other bringers and open mics.
Yeah,
here,
exactly.
and they don't know no more than you do.
But you know what's funny? I see all these guys in open mics, and I walk in there, man. I want to slap half these people because, Harris, did we talk to each other while we were on stage? At any open? No, hell no. We don't even. We looked at each other like competition, man. And we looked at each other like,
I
yo,
didn't do
I'm
many
going
open
to.
mics,
I
man.
know,
did
neither
maybe
did
two.
I.
I did two, man. I did a bunch of bringer shows. But at least they're real. Those are real people.
Yeah, of course.
And I did a bunch of black rooms. So
Yeah. Well, I did a bunch of bringer shows, but I had started after they wouldn't put me on showcase shows. You know what I did? So
Produce your own show.
20 somewhat years, and no one stopped me yet.
I did 8 years of straight African American rooms.
You see how
Imagine what that does to the psyche.
Yeah.
Exactly. Emotionally, you had to be funny in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, you know what? You know what's funny? You have to be funny within. He's right. You have to be funny within 30 seconds. You know, a lot of times that creates bad habits.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because good comedy is intricate, man.
Yeah.
You know. So
it's thought
It's
out.
hard to be intricate and thought out when make me laugh now, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I always went first.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay.
But they were good. They were good. They're good black rooms. Like I used to say, like Talent, the Boston on Sunday night was a good one. They used to have one in I don't know if you remember the Triad on
Yeah, of
78.
course.
That was a good one, but still all black, and you still had to be. Yeah, it was real nice, and but you still had to be. You know,
You had to bring it in.
You had to bring it. Yeah, you still got to bring it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Eric, let's sign us out, man.
All right. Well, that is another edition of America's Open Mic. A big thank you to Harris.
Yes, Harris. Thank you
for having me.
And Harris,
Harris, you are
social
the man.
media. Where can we? If people want to get a hold of you?
Find me on Facebook. I'm on Twitter at Harris Stanton, and also look out for that comedy album beginning of the year.
Well, we'll make sure that we promote it when it comes out. And you know what? You were very fair, and I thank you because one of the things that these guys do need is us.
Yeah.
And they might not like it, but they're going to have to learn it.
Right.
George,
Yes.
do we know who's moving on to the finals right now? Are you going to announce that?
I'll tell you who I like. The dick sucker.
Nevada.
Nevada. Yeah, the dick sucker that's not a dick sucker. But I mean, I didn't mean to say that. Nevada Smith.
I
like
Nevada
him.
Smith, baby.
And the opener for
Jay Hype.
Jay
The guy-
Hype.
the guy from the third
Jay
world
Hype,
country?
I want to see. Yeah, from
guy
the third world, from the Haiti.
country? Haiti, yeah, the Haiti guy.
Jay
Yeah.
Haiti. I like him, and I like the gay guy. I also want to tell you something. I am so. I would love to pass one of the women, you know, or
Why?
not.
Because they're women.
No, because I'm tired of seeing.
don't cut the
guys-
mustard, you don't cut the mustard.
Exactly. You know what? I can't be nice. Fuck
Don't
it.
be nice just because they got a vagina.
Yeah. Oh wow. Now we're doing material here. See, I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking about what's fair. Like who's better. I mean, not better, but who was funnier and who could really actually bring the level and come back and do it again right. I want them both to come back. Let's say 2 months from. You know what? Yeah. You know what? Let's. That you're absolutely right. We're not just passing people because of who they are.
Or you know what? Let them come back when they think they're ready. Have them contact Anthony.
You got it.
Yeah, not when 2
Yeah.
months, because somebody may not be ready in 2 months.
Right,
When
exactly.
you think you're ready,
Yeah.
Just hit me up.
hit Anthony up.
One thing about comedy, sometimes people develop
You know, and a
different
very
bases.
Yeah.
you guys, and a very special thank you to Imagine.
Imagine
Yeah,
for showing
wow.
up.
Imagine for stopping by.
Thank you guys for sharing the mic with
Showing
me.
up unannounced.
Imagine shows up unannounced to everything.
I appreciate that.
Harris.
All right, are you leaving, Harris?
Yeah, I gotta go.
He's got to go.
All right, yo,
8:30.
he's got to go do some shows. You hear that?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you.
All right, man. So give it up for Harris. Give it up for Imagine.
Thanks, man.
Andre, you were missed today, baby.
Oh yeah, well, special shout out to Andre.
Andre Columbus. See you
We're
soon,
thinking
baby.
about you.
Get better, and we're thinking about you. Everybody, peace. Good night.
Peace
and
out.
love.
Episode 3.
America's Open Mic, baby. Making what?
Comedy funny again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.